This is Naraka Bladepoint. We're here on Xbox Series X taking a look at this 60-player Battle Royale experience that has a bit of a melee focus to it. I need to kill that toad, it's an achievement. Sorry, I've never seen one of these before. Gonna be a little hard when I don't have any weapons. No, I got it. Okay, good. Sorry, be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. See, that's literally, like it said with the achievement, a miracle encounter. That does not pop up too often. I actually didn't think I'd ever get that achievement, to be honest. But there it was, right off the bat. Sorry, totally sidetracked because of that. Anyways, so what are we getting here on the Series X? Well, it's a 4K resolution at 60 FPS, and it has Dolby Atmos support, which is kind of interesting. Now, this game visually isn't anything that I would say is, like, spectacular. I actually think it looks kind of bad considering, you know, the resolution it's pushing. Like, you know, at times some of the trees look okay, at times some of the environments look okay, but as you're running through the world, there is a ton of pop-in. Like, the character models look really, really good. You can customize them in great ways. I like the, you know, the design elements of the environment. But seriously, once you start seeing us go out into the open world a lot more, you're going to be like, ugh, that looks pretty ugly. There's also a lot of screen tearing present. So if you have VRR, that, from what I've seen and what I've tested, completely eliminates any of the screen tearing or anything like that. And it helps a lot with the fluidity. You still notice that there's definitely a lot of drop frames when you are playing. So keep that in mind, even if you have VRR on, but it's a lot more noticeable when you are playing with VRR like disabled. So that is the case right now because that's how I just record this stuff nowadays. But yeah, it is not the smoothest of experiences, which is a bit of a shame because for a combative battle royale, you kind of want that fluidity level. I am getting absolutely tanked right now. You want that smoothness, you want that gameplay that holds up beautifully and lets you, you know, kind of move around and experience things well. See, I am just desperately trying to get away so that we don't die right off the bat.
Sturdy again.
There we go. So it can get a little intense and it can get a little bit fun. I actually enjoy the combat of this. I find it kind of neat and very, you know, kind of tactical, and it's about working together as like a team to kind of eliminate things. Like, you can also choose to like, I guess you would say, I wanted to get that equipped there. You can choose to play like solos, like this is the trios mode. I find it gets like really intense because there's a lot of different people, you know, kind of fighting off at the same time. So to me, that's always been interesting, that mechanic of it. Okay, we gotta get this going here. And what's also neat is there's like essentially like a reload within the combat too. So, oh wait, we got that one, that's better. So when you use your weapons, you'll notice on the bottom right there, there's like a number, it's like 40 out of 40. So you actually have to manage all of your tools, whether they're guns, whether they are, you know, blades. You have to make sure that you are reloading and making sure that basically you are equipped and ready to go, because you don't want to get into the middle of a battle and, you know, run out at like ammo or not be able to attack. And then there's all these other elements to it as well for looting. So you've got these solidjades, which will allow you to get like certain bonuses. I don't really pay too much attention to these, but if you do, they do actually provide a bit of an edge. And then you got so many weapons, and you got so many items, and then there's the big map, and you kind of get pushed inwards like all battle royales. Now, I did kind of ponder as to why this isn't like a free-to-play game. It really feels like something that maybe should be free to play. Oh, I didn't mean to buy that. Oh, I thought that was in the bag. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, if you get what I'm saying, it's just like, it's really bizarre that they would do this and make it like a premium title. I was kind of being like, you know what I mean? I was very surprised. I was like, why isn't this like a free to play? This would work very well as that sort of game. And they went with the premium angle, which I think we've seen similarly with Black Desert Online. I think it's just Black Desert now. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, if it works for them, it works for them. Like, apparently there's something like 10 million sales as of, like, you know, taking a look at this game. So, you know, obviously they've got some good mechanics going on, and it's something that's enticing to people. And maybe it'll be a big deal on the Xbox platform. We'll have to wait and see how big it gets. But for me, I was just kind of like, I feel like that makes it a lot less accessible to people that are wanting to jump in and give it a whirl and see if they like it. And it looks like that guy's got their ultimate going on, which is interesting. But yeah, another thing I kind of don't really love is how the like shooting is done on console. I'd love to have like an aim option. Like, we're aiming, but we're kind of just shooting, if that makes sense. Like, we don't really get the option to kind of like set up our shot. You literally press RT and you just shoot, right? So you don't really get to be like, okay, I want to wait for the right moment, line it up. That's just that's not an option, which to me is a little bit, you know, feels a little off, a little weird. But other than that, I'd say, like, you know, gameplay wise, I feel like they've kind of really got a smooth, fun, easygoing like combat to it. Like, I like the gameplay, I like how it's handled, the fighting and stuff feels intense, your looting and stuff is okay, it's a little strategic, there's some smaller things in it too that you can figure out. But, like, at the same time, I kind of find it a little boring, if that's fair to say. Like, I can definitely see where some people would be really, really, you know, they love this. Like, you'd sit here and you'd be like, oh, this is amazing. I love this style of battle royale. Because it's nice to get a battle royale that's different, right? Like, everything is always shooter battle royale, so we never really get variety. So this is definitely unique. But for me, I'm just kind of like, it's fun, but it's kind of like, I don't know long term if this one will fully hold my interest. So I'm very intrigued to see, for me, the longevity of this one gameplay wise. But I would also say that some of my biggest issues with this one stem from the fact that, like, aesthetically it looks really, like, bad at times, which is disappointing, because it, you know, it's got really lovely environments, it's got some neat gameplay, combat mechanics. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, a lot of the time when I'm walking through, again, more of the open world area, you're going to start to see that. It doesn't look very next gen. And then when you're playing without VRR and stuff, which I'm assuming a lot of people will be playing in that way, it's just like, it's really unacceptable to have that bad of performance in a next gen experience, right? It's not like this is, you know, some kind of like cross gen title. This is a next gen only kind of game, and you just got to kind of wonder. There's also cross play, as mentioned. There's 60 players that kind of go at it, so you're fighting in large, you know, kind of little battle groups, and it might not sound as crazy as like 100 players in other battle royales, but trust me, 60 is a good amount for like gameplay that keeps flowing well, keeps moving well. So I like that element of it. You can hide in bushes too if you didn't know, but like when you're coming out here, it just kind of looks, I don't know, like you can customize your character really, really well. Like there's all this different, like these different options for changing, you know, how your character kind of looks, the coloring of their hair, some of the styles of their hair, their outfits. That is really cool. I think we found a secret chest thing. Yeah. And then teamwork matters. You can do like certain callouts. You can also like, sorry, that's not it. Up on the D-pad, you can like pray to certain things, and that'll give you, like, some objects will spout out certain things for you, and there's little hidden other secrets. Like we showed the golden toad at the beginning, but you can also come across, like, if you get like a certain key and you open a door or like a little cave, you can find yourself getting a like a loot little thing with a bunch of like points and stuff, which is really good. And then you get different tiers, because obviously there's weapon rarity tiers that you've been seeing, and the gold is like sort of the legendary. So usually you get a gold item or two when you you know, kind of break in there. And I love the free-flowing movement, except for like hanging on ledges. I find it a little bit harder to get off the ledges sometimes, but like the free-flowing combat and movement system in this is very, very good. Yeah, I think they definitely nailed that. Now keep in mind that you're probably going to be going up against like bots when you first start, and that can make things even more boring. But if you're achievement hunting, you definitely want to put the time in like there to get some, you know, good kills and stuff, because that will help you get towards your achievements a lot faster. But yeah, as we move through the world here, you're just gonna see like a lot of, you know, kind of like pop in on objects, and you see that with trees in the environment too, leaves and shadows and stuff. It just like, it looks really like kind of ugly, which is a shame because it's, I think this might be the first next gen developed battle royale we've had. I'm just trying to think, because I know a lot of them have been getting like next gen upgrades or next gen optimizations, but I think this is the first one that's like from the ground up for next gen consoles, you know, for Series X and whatnot. So it's just kind of a little bit like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a little disappointing that they weren't pushing harder, because again, like, it's 4K, you know, that's the resolution, but it's just like, you know, you're not really seeing that visual style where you're like, whoa, this is, you know, this is amazing looking and stuff, and that to me is a little disappointing, because I think this could look a lot better, like again with the architecture and the, you know, the character designs. I don't know, I just kind of wanted a little bit more out of it. See if we get anything good. Nah, we're like, oh, I guess I could like top off on my armor a bit. Might as well while we're kind of waiting here, right? So yeah, all these mechanics, and there's like buy stations and stuff, but it plays very much like a typical battle royale, I would say. It's just got movement and stuff that goes way beyond that for like really fast-paced brawler mechanics. That in itself, I think for me, is one of the more exciting parts of this game, is the fact that it's like melee based, because you know, like every battle royale is like a shooter. So when we do get something a little bit different, I kind of jump in and I go, oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. And then they have like the grappling hook too. What do we have with this gold key? The key to opening the noble stash. Oh, I didn't even look where that was.
Let's get a move on.
I don't know if I can make it there in time. But I'm gonna run and try, even though this is probably a bad idea. Let's see if we can get there in time. It's gonna be pretty close, because the purpley stuff is gonna like remove your health pretty fast. But I like to get the stashes when I can. I think it also takes time for this to open too. What? No, I wanted to click X. Open the stash. The hidden surprises within. This is what I was talking about a bit earlier, where I was like, when you get there, there's like hidden surprises on the inside. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna be quite fast enough. Yeah, okay. Just trying to grab everything we can before we start dying. So this is like a little hidden cache thing, and then you can like do the prey, which I think is an achievement, so I'm willing to risk my life to do that just to get the achievement. Oh crap. Okay, so now we gotta get out of there and start running. So we have a lot of points to be able to like buy stuff. So that is something we're gonna have to do, but I'm also gonna try to recover my health and then run to the opening. So this is probably going to be a little bit close, but I do have enough healing things that hopefully this will allow me to get into the zone. Yeah, I mean, this shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. Let's just get another heal going on. Kind of a fight in the storm thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, then they do heals weekend and stuff, and there's other adverse effects. So they're actually, you know, there's a lot of little bits of complexity to this one. And I think the different areas you visit, I like the different biomes and whatnot. Yeah. There's quite a lot to actually enjoy in this experience, at least I feel. So I would say it's like, it's kind of like average almost. It's alright. And that's not like really a bad thing, I don't think. But at the same time I can feel, you know, that some people might want a little bit more out of this gameplay wise, especially since, you know, it's very saturated kind of market, the free-to-play. So I'm ignoring all of the battles here because my team is nowhere nearby. Well, they're over here, but I don't want to get caught in the middle of like a crossfire where, you know, obviously I am not set up for it. Okay, So I guess we're gonna take these guys out. I am so screwed right now. I can't even move. Like, literally just getting volleyed. Okay. Well, that sucked. It happens. I mean, it does. You get volleyed around. So I can await rescue, or I can go die and then respawn in an area, but I'm going to see if maybe one of my teammates can sneak around here and give me the revive, which seems to maybe be happening right now, which is a very big clutch play, I gotta say, from our teammate.
Thank you.
That's great. Alright. So we are going to need to recover health and armor really, really quickly so that we can get back into the fight. That was a really good teammate there. I gotta say, they did a fantastic job. Most of the time, you would assume your teammates would just kind of let you die. So, mad props to that one.
With this rubbish.
Okay, so I need to repair this. That's what I'm saying with the combat, like the explosive stuff, like it, yeah, either really works for you or it does not. That's what I'm saying, like sometimes they get you like in these death loops where you literally can't do anything, which can be annoying, but that's also part of the juggling mechanics of the melee game, right? And there is revive systems as well.
You can't crush beauty.
See, I've almost got that one down. I'm gonna have to bow out for a second so that I can heal up. Really, I don't have any more heal things. So it's all about different melee strategies and whatnot. But our teammate is getting juggled. And I don't have enough health to really be able to take these guys out. Which likely means I'm going to die. Wow, that's rough. We were actually doing incredibly well that match. So let's just spend the rest of our time, because we're close to the end of the review setup anyways, kind of taking a look at these other guys. But basically, you would be able to go, and then there would be these respawn points that you can like respawn from, so you can come back if you die right off the bat, which is kind of interesting. You just don't really get like the loot and whatnot. But at least you get to see some more of the different character designs. And like I said, there's lots of different customization things to earn. There's like some progressional stuff, and there's different like traits and whatnot that you can adjust as well. So it's got like neat looking combat. It's got some different moves and styles to it. I think there's some stuff you can really enjoy. And like I was saying, it's going to really differ player to player. Like for me at times, I find this one can get like quite boring after a bit. So I don't know how exciting it's going to be long term for a lot of people. I think the combat and stuff, though, has its moments. It feels kind of intense. It's got a good amount of gameplay time and value to it. So you can come in and, you know, do your matches. And I think they're about 20 minutes or so each, these huge battles. So it works out, right? And it looks like they got... Ooh. How do you get the Xbox head lantern? I've never seen that before. Look at Panda head. Xbox logo thing. That is... Oh no, it's a bomb! I thought it was like a panda head. Seeing some different abilities going on. And you can mismatch your different characters, because they all have different stats and sort of like ultimates and stuff that you can unleash. I quite like the character I got. I just kind of picked her or whatever. I was like, okay, whatever. But she's got like the neat backslash ability that lets you kind of move and flow around really well. But I've noticed they're the one that does the big, you know, become a big monster is pretty good. These guys seem to actually have a pretty good ability. I might give that a whirl. And then you can throw in the grappling hook combat. See, it's neat. Like, it's very frantic. It's different style-wise, gameplay-wise. I think there's quite a bit that you can enjoy out of what this one has to offer. But your mileage, again, will definitely vary based on the type of player you are and your interests. It looks like a zaddy, and then you get all your stats there at the end. And it all loads really fast too, which is nice. So I kind of appreciate that. And then you can see how your team did, your assists, your kills. Wow, that person had 9 kills. Again, they absolutely were clutching it there with me. And then you level up, and then you can go and you can like customize your, you know, your characters a lot more. See different like hairstyles, like I was or face styles. different body types to a degree. And then here I was talking about like the hairstyles, and then you can change the color. You can go nuts. All these different color ranges, so full freedom there. And then all the characters, they have different, you know, styles past that, and then you got your collections, so you're able to be like, why isn't this like moving up? I gotta like literally hold this down. Okay. You get different costume designs you can have. Ooh, lots of jiggle going on if you can move fast enough. But, yeah. That's just kind of gameplay-wise how it goes and what it has to offer.
I have to share whatever